Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, you know what, I don't know if it was on Facebook or it must have been on YouTube. I don't remember where I saw it, dude, but someone was talking about why police officers, this is what they said. They said why police officers touch the taillights of the car as they're walking up on a traffic stop. The taillights of the violator's car, of the car that they pulled over. Now, I'm not sure, I'm sure it's been talked about probably ad nauseum, but I'm not sure if Officer 401 has talked about it. I'm not sure if Mike the Cop or Officer Dan, I don't know who's talked about it and who hasn't. I haven't really looked yet. I guess I'll do that before I post this, just to make sure that somebody else hasn't already touched on the topic. But here in the States, you know, officers, you'll see them on a traffic stop as they're walking up. They appear to touch the taillight. What they're actually doing is they're touching the trunk. They're not touching the taillight. Now, and also, before I get into it, I can only speak about where I work, which is in the Southern California area, and I can only speak as to what I was taught in the academy, and I was in the academy in 1995. And so maybe the times have changed. Maybe the reasons why we do the things that we do have evolved. I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, and I haven't been taught otherwise yet, or told otherwise, but we were trained in the academy. You know, everyone knows doing a traffic stop is one of the most dangerous things that a police officer can do during the course of his or her duties. A traffic stop. You don't know who's in that car that you're pulling over and stopping. You don't know if they are murder suspects. You don't know if they just robbed a bank. You don't know if they're on the lam or on the run. You don't know if they're armed. You don't know. But guess what? They know. And when you pull them over, if they're hot or if they're dirty for something, man, you just never know. But they know, and they always have that drop on you. They always have that element of surprise. And law enforcement can be really tricky and difficult sometimes because police officers have to react to the suspect's actions. So anyway, so traffic stops being as dangerous as they are, we do a lot of things to kind of help mitigate some of that danger and try to help, you know, just help make it a little bit safer for us. One of those things is we offset our car or motorcycle. And so, not really talking about a freeway setting, but I'm talking about like on a street. If I were to pull over this white car in front of me, I'm going to offset the bike. I'm probably going to put it right here, right behind the driver's side rear view mirror, right behind that driver's side tail light is where I'm going to put my bike. I'm not going to put it, you know, right in the middle here. I'm not going to put it over here. I'm going to put it right here, pretty much where I'm going to be standing. So if someone coming up, you know, if I'm standing on the driver's side talking to the person, the violator or whatever, if some drunk comes up and, you know, they're going to hit my bike first, and the bike's going to take the hit, and it'll give me the time that I need to jump on that violator car's hood, or, you know, jump out of the way or do whatever. But anyway, I heard, or I read, I forget where, man, but someone was saying, oh yeah, oh, you know, it was a comment. Someone posted it in a comment somewhere. They're like, why do officers do this? And then someone responded and they said the reason they do this is because of this. So they're saying the reason officers touch the taillights of the car is so that they can leave some DNA, some evidence, some forensic DNA evidence on that vehicle, so that if something happens and the officer gets hurt or killed and that car gets away, that later on investigators will be able to go back and swab or check that taillight for the officer's fingerprint, the officer's DNA, and therefore be able to prove that that was the vehicle that was used, or that was the vehicle that the officer stopped, and then whatever happened, happened. So that's what people are saying. Dude, I have never heard that before, but god dang, that's crazy, dude. Hey, you know what? Maybe there's some truth to that. I don't know. That's not what I was taught, though. What I was taught was traffic stops are dangerous. You don't know what's going on. There have been documented cases where officers have been ambushed by someone waiting in the trunk of the car. I know it sounds far-fetched. I know it sounds like the movies, but in the academy we were taught on a traffic stop, and this is not a high risk or a felony traffic stop, this is just a regular routine traffic stop, which we all know no traffic stop should be routine, but when the officers walk up, it gives a little tug on the trunk, make sure the trunk is latched and closed. If it is not latched and closed, you know, you just open it and give it a little glance. 99 times out of 100 the trunk is going to be latched and closed, but if there was a bad guy sitting in the trunk waiting to ambush the officer, the trunk wouldn't be, the trunk would be unlocked. So then you would, have to make a quick decision. Oh, do I open it and check? Which, now that I said that, it sounds kind of dumb. Do you slam it shut and redeploy and get back to your black and white and get some cover? Which probably would make more sense. And then have the driver jump out and open it. But anyway, that's what we were taught. We were taught, at least I was taught, you go up, you check the trunk, you make sure it's closed. That DNA thing and leaving your fingerprints or leaving some evidence behind, that's some NCIS, that's some CSI freaking TV show stuff as far as I know. I mean, like I said, it's been almost 23 years since I've gone through the academy, so maybe now they are teaching that. I don't know. Those of you watching this, if you've recently gone through the academy, or if your agency or your department or your college academy class is teaching that whole forensic idea thing or whatever, or something different, let me know in the comments, man. I'm curious to find out. But I read that and I was like, dude, that's trippy. I mean, it makes sense, it's believable, it's not outside the realm of, it's believable. But no, the reason I was taught was you're checking that trunk. And like vans and stuff, when we do high-risk stops on vans, you'll have the driver get out and say that I was doing a high risk on this ambulance. I'd have the driver get out and open those van doors so I can see inside. If there's a bad guy in there with a shotgun, well, guess what? The driver's probably going to get a hit first. You know what I mean? And at least it's not going to be me in there clearing that van. At least I'm going to be back, where my car is or my bike behind some sort of cover, So, but anyway, I don't know. I was just thinking about that. I'm on my way home after some training, and I was just looking at all these taillights thinking, man, look at all that DNA is probably on all those traffic stops, man. I don't know, dude. It's crazy. But anyway, yeah, if you guys have any input, or if you're taught differently, or if they're teaching you something weird in your academy, or if you've heard differently, and I'm not talking about TV shows, I'm talking about real life training, let me know. I'm curious, man. I could be way off on this. It could be some full-on freaking DNA stuff going on that I don't know. And if that's the case, I want to be able to tell my friends, dude. I want to look into it. But anyway, all right, we're heading home, man. I just thought I'd throw that at you guys there, man. That's why officers check the trunks of the car. And don't think it doesn't happen, because it does, and it has. We had a rookie in 77 Division on a traffic stop walk up on a car and got ambushed, and I think his guy was laying down in the back seat. He wasn't necessarily in the trunk, but it has been documented in the past throughout the United States that has occurred. But damn, dude. Anyway, all right. I'll talk to you guys later, man. Be good humans. Watch your six. Later.